Hi there. We're going to do some tapping today on acceptance. So I want to invite you to take a breath, take a moment here. Feel your feet on the floor, the earth. Feel your booty if it's sitting down. Notice that support. Remember that you are not alone. With your exhale, surrender just a little bit somewhere where you might be feeling tight. And just notice where that is. And in your next breath, go inward just a moment, just a little bit. And remember also that you've got this and you are a powerful, magical, mystical human being living in a body on earth. You're in charge. You get to decide. And sometimes the wires get tripped up and we just need to do a little reframing. So we're just going to work on acceptance, because if there's anything in your life right now that is it's got you feeling stuck. It's got you feeling like it's poisonous. It's got you feeling like you cannot get the hell past it, get the hell away from it, get the hell forward from it. You can. Now, maybe you're going, no, Shoop, I can't. This is something I'm attached to, something I have no choice about, like family or children or collaboration that you're engaged in that you have no way out of, a job that you feel you need to keep. So let's look at acceptance, which means once you've accepted what's happening, you can transform it. You can then decide. Now, I'm not saying that you are going to wave a magic wand and change everything into your own specific desires, but what you can do is wave that magic wand. It's right here. It's this finger. It's your own magical power, force, and energy. And you can decide what's occurring, how that occurs to you. Right? Right now it's occurring to you as something, some reason why you're not accepting it. It's occurring to you as anger. It's occurring to you as disappointment. It's occurring to you as hurt. It's occurring to you as annoyance, frustration, right? So let's work on accepting it, since those emotions don't feel good. And we are looking to feel better. If you're here right now listening to this, you're looking to feel better. And aren't we all? I mean, yes, that's the point. We get to decide. So let's think about what you're going to decide so that you can tap into that you can add that into this dialogue today. So take a breath in and just take a moment into your heart. And just allow a situation to bubble up right now that you are refusing to accept. Now, if you're not dealing with anything personal, this could be a macrocosmic thing that you work on here. Your magic and your work on this counts in the big macrocosmic flow of life. So trust that. And if there's something super deep and personal, bring that to the surface. Let's work on it. So bring it to the surface without judgment, even if it's a little scary, like it's someone that you haven't been able to forgive, or a situation that you can just barely wrap your head around, or you're so hurt by, or you're so pissed about. Just bring it up here, or disappointed about. Let it be almost like you can just scoop it up in your hands right now, just right in front of your heart. And you can just hold it in your hand, this situation. And how it occurs to you right now, it's okay. What we're going to do is take this thing that you're feeling about it and work on it. Just like you would pull some ingredients that are raw into a bowl or a pan and cook them and transform them into something edible, something palatable, something you can live with, right? So just pick a hand and you're just going to take the dough, the situation, and start tapping on the bottom of whichever other hand. Even though I'm sitting in this mud, in this situation that doesn't feel good to me, that feels like poison, it's making me feel stuck, it's feeling disappointing, I'm feeling angry about it. I'm going to move to the top here. And even though this is taking up too much of my time, this situation. I'm frustrated with that. I'm frustrated with how much I'm thinking about it, and how much it's bothering me right now, and how much I just want to let it go, but I can't because I'm tied into it. I'm still somehow having it surface, and I'm still working with it. And even though all of this is present, and I'm spending time on it right now, I love and approve of myself in this moment. I love and approve of myself for trying, for engaging, for being me. And even though this situation feels overwhelming, it feels like a lot to handle, it feels like a lot to process, to deal with, I feel like I've got a lot to do, a lot of work to do, I'm depending on people, I'm okay with that. I love and approve of that, of myself and this process. And I accept it. I accept that this process is going to take me some time. I accept that this process of healing, of letting go, of transforming my life, transforming my reality is going to take some time. And I love and approve of that process, and myself in that process. And even though right now that's pissing me off a little, it's actually bringing up some anger and making me feel like, dang it, I want this to be like flipping a switch. I want to turn this shit off. I want to let it go. I want to move on. I want to feel good. That's okay. I love and approve of these tears that are coming up right now. I love and approve of myself, of my situation. I love and approve of my passion and drive and my love for myself. That I'm here freaking tapping on my body because it feels like it's working and it's bringing stuff up, and I'm down, I'm down to do the work. I'm loving, approving of myself in this ugly cry and this annoyed space of anger. I love and approve of this. Even right now, I'm just gonna and I love and approve of this process and of myself. And I'm kind of tingling right now and vibrating a little, and it feels cool. Feels almost like that feeling when you have a really good orgasm and you're like, man, I got numb. That's cool. I mean, hey, that is such a positive situation, hopefully, right? Having a good sex and a good orgasm and feeling all numb from it. And you probably went there like, oh yeah, that sounds good, as if, but let this be that good. Rub your nipples for a second because they're connected to some nerve endings down there, and grab your earlobes for a second because they're connected to your, it's not just about sex, your sacral, your creative center. It's about creation, and it's not just the womb for the woman that makes the baby. It's the womb for the human that makes the ideas, that makes the drive and passion for these things, that makes something all you can think about. So do that. Hop into that center for a moment and grab your ears. Beep, 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 beep. Rub your nipples because they're connected like little wires. This doesn't have to be like, oh, it's a session we're having together. It's just like, real pragmatic. Or it can be like a session that you're having with yourself, whatever you need. So now let's tap some more. Shake your hands out and get back in and tap, 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 and tap your feet a little bit just to kind of acknowledge them. And imagine little eyeballs in the bottom of your feet and open them up and look where you're going. Look where you're going. Because right now we're deciding, where are you going right now? Where you've been, it ain't been working. So let's go. All right. Even though, tap, 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 even though I'm feeling excited. Even though I've been feeling stuck and maybe even feeling a little sorry for myself. I know that I'm moving forward. I'm on a journey and I'm going somewhere different and new. And even though that feels a little scary, And I don't really like not knowing, you know, even though I'd prefer to have it laid out and have the map and the GPS all set. That's maybe not possible right now, and I'm going to have to understand that there's a little bit of a power outage, and I need to not rely on anything and just be and just see what direction I feel like heading, right? Just let myself be. And I accept that. I approve of that. And even though the world is taking a break right now, and even if I wanted to get out there and go, I'm kind of staying at home and wearing a mask, and that's okay too. I love and approve of the world right now and myself in it. And I have the patience for this process of healing for myself. You with me? And even though this next bit of life is a little unknown, I'm really excited that I'm in charge, that I'm aware, that I get to decide what I'm doing, where I'm going, how I'm receiving life, what I'm giving out, what I'm doing, how life is occurring to me. I get to decide to feel joy. I get to decide to love myself. And I love and approve of myself in this process of deciding. And now I want to invite you to go into your heart. And take a few breaths, placing your hands somewhere around the heart. Receiving the body as the chest rises to meet your hands with the inhale. And just noticing that softening and that settling with the exhale. With your next inhale, open your hands and just receive a little bit of yourself into your hands, of your new and improved situation, if you will, right? The dough, as we shaped it, as we added to it, as we fulfilled it and fattened it with gorgeousness and possibility and hope. And I invite you to take a few moments, if you like, visualizing what is ahead. And if you don't know yet, like, think about what you know. What do you know? Let's tap into that. Let's take this dough and tap into what you know. Even though parts of my future may feel uncertain. And there's fun in that. And I love and approve and accept of that. Accept that right now. And what I know is that I want to show up for myself. First and foremost, I want to be here now. And I know that I'm ready to let any shit go that is not serving me, any old beliefs, any cords that are attached to me, any people I'm not with anymore, any situations that I've outgrown. I'm willing to let those go right now. I'm done. And I love and approve of myself if I'm resisting that, if that feels crappy, like taking a big painful shit. I love and approve of myself right now, and I'll let that happen. And I look ahead and I know that I'm going to be in a joyful experience in life, and I'm going to be sharing my life with people that align with me, that I attract to me because of who I am and what I enjoy. And I know that my filters are activated and that my boundaries are clearer, and I know what I need. And I'm going to show up for myself, and I'm going to breathe into every decision and check in with my boundaries and make sure I'm taking great care of myself. And that's going to bring me great joy, and it's going to attract people and experiences and adventures into my life that nurture that person, that joyful, beautiful, growing, curious person who is artistic, who is strong, who is sexy, who is powerful, who is fun and free and open and flowing and aware and mindful and sad sometimes and aware of the beauty and in dark shadow side of ourselves and okay with it all. I love and approve of my dark, my light, my future. And I know that I'm here deciding, crafting my vision always. Anytime I want to pick up the dough and rebake the bread, anytime I want to pick up the pencils and redraw the picture, I can do that. And I love that. I accept that. I approve of that. And I love that we just hit 17 minutes, just because it's one of my favorite numbers. And it just brings me joy. It's my birthday number. Like, there are things in life that we get joy from just because. And those are the things I invite you to experience about yourself. Why are you joyful? What is so joyful about you? I know there are things. They're right here in your hand. And I want you to rub them together. And you can rub your feet together too right now. Hands and feet, hands and feet. This stimulates your nerve endings, actually. Place the hands somewhere on the body, maybe somewhere different, like on your head or your ears or your shoulders. Just take a moment to feel your energy right now, your vibration. You know, it's there's a buzz, right, in your energy field. And take an extra moment to imagine your energy field as a little egg around you, a little bubble that you're in, that you travel in, like the Jetsons. Remember that cartoon? Dating myself. But they would travel around in these little vehicles that were shaped like eggs, and you can be in that egg right now, in your little egg, and really imagine it as your little space. And if anything comes by your space, like, you know, traveling next to you in space, you get to like bounce off of it and get away from it, or be like, hey, that looks cool, and like merge with it if you want, or let it in, or just, I want to check that out a little closer and let it pass through you. But never is something ugly allowed to come in and stay unless you just let it. Like, people are going to want to stay because you're the bomb. So you're going to need to be in your egg with all of your intentions. And if you let somebody in or something happen that doesn't feel good, it's okay. I mean, forgive yourself and tap it out, and right, dance it out and bang it out, box it out, do whatever you do and move on, right? Because you're the bomb. So being in your egg, being in your little protection shield, just imagine space. We just cleared a bunch of space. I want you to feel that your body should feel a little lighter, because there's tension in your body that we've let go. Every time we decide to let go of something that we don't need, the body's like, thank you. And every time we let something go, the energy field also is a little brighter and bubblier. So a good clearing tapping session, I hope that worked well for you. It charged me up a little, as you saw, and I'm going to go back and do it again. So I encourage you to hop back in and keep doing the maintenance, because remember, it's a process, and you're in it because you're alive. So if you're not doing the work, you're dead. So since we're still here together, I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful day out there.